Square Enix has been doing a lot of re-releasing and remaking lately, and that is not a complaint. I personally love having a way to play old games officially. But the thing is, Square Enix is very inconsistent about how they go about it. You have my preferred way to go about it, like the collection of Saga, or many of their PlayStation 1 titles that have recently been made available. In these releases, the games are effectively unchanged. Or at least any changes that did occur are minor. And this is definitely my preference for when things come out. As for me, this is a game I remember just being available on new hardware. It's nice to have games this way, as the hardware they originally ran on can be difficult to hook up to modern displays. Or might not even be working anymore. Or you might just be missing something like a controller or a memory card. There's a lot that can go wrong when you're dealing with old hardware. Hence why I like when you have an almost unchanged version of a game to play for modern hardware. Now, of course, the other option is to update things. But even doing that, there seems to be two ways that Square Enix is going about it. And interestingly enough, they're represented by their two most famous franchises: Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. With Final Fantasy, we have the Pixel Remasters, where they claim they're trying to take the games back to something resembling their original forms, by stripping out things that have been added in various versions of these games. But at the same time, they've still enhanced the graphics to an extent, and they've made any number of tweaks to mechanics and translations, so when you actually sit and play them, they don't really feel that close to their original versions. And it's not to say there's anything innately wrong with the Pixel Remasters, or doing games in that style. It's just that it doesn't ring true to me when they say they're trying to take them back to something closer to their original versions. I'm told Final Fantasy Tactics essentially got this treatment, but I haven't gotten my hands on that quite yet. Then we have what they're doing with Dragon Quest. Thus far, we've gotten Dragon Quests 1, 2, and 3, and most recently 7, completely remade. And these are, very openly, very different from their original versions. With lots of things changed, lots of things added, to the point that these are basically entirely new games that just happen to resemble a vague description of their original counterparts. And truthfully, I think I prefer doing this over the Pixel Remaster style. At least they're not lying, saying they're trying to take things back to basics with these. Though, admittedly, I've heard some people call the changes to these a mixed bag. But I guess that sort of depends what you went into these looking for. And I guess, in an ideal world where there weren't constraints of budgets or sales figures, you would have all three of these available as options for every single game. But for me, my first choice is something that resembles the original. After that, I'll take a wholesale remake. And I really don't have much interest in things that are in a weird middle ground. I just don't really see what the point of doing it midway is. But having said that, I see that the Pixel Remasters have sold a lot of copies, including one to myself. Please do subscribe, comment, like, and tell your friends.